All right. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about leadership in product management, and um, leadership is very important in product management. Yeah, leadership is very important in a company, a firm, and it's important in a team as well too. Okay, it's the cornerstone of success in different areas. And a successful leader, it's just more than being someone that gives directive and all of that. Instead, it is someone that champions the cause. Okay, someone that's others, motivate others, and serves as a guide for other. That is a good leader, a good leader in a team. It's supposed to be someone that people can look up to, that the team can look up to in certain areas to be able to achieve certain things. Okay, so we're going to be looking at the basic elements of good leadership and how they contribute to the development of a productive and motivated team. Because if a team is not productive, if a team is not motivated, then their product it's not worth it because there's no way they can deliver, there's no way the team can deliver a good product when they are not productive. All right, my name is Chris Fega Onokarigu. Okay, and I'm a tech innovator, I'm a tech user, and I currently serve as the CTO at Bunker and also the head of product and technology at Simbe. And over the years, I've worked actively in product development, deployment, delivery, and scaling. And I have a couple of experience, a lot of experiences from working with diverse team globally, and um, I have experience ranging from development because I started my career in development and moved upwards, scaled upward, and to product management and even DevOps engineering as well too. So and for fun, like I said, for fun, I like it's written there. I automate businesses processes. All right, the first thing we're going to be looking at here, we're going to be looking at ownership and expectation management. Ownership and expectation. We need to some certain areas about um, the ownership as a leader in product management in project management. You're supposed to assume ownership of the product. What I mean ownership of the product, that is accepting core responsibilities. So you know very well that this thing has to this thing has to work. If my team is failing, if my team is not working, product is not working, then it's on me. So that is an ownership characteristics. Okay. Now, if you look deep into ownership here, ownership is at the heart of effective leadership. Okay, and leaders do more than just assign work. Okay, it's way more than just assigning work. They assume full accountability for the team's efforts, and this requires a sense of accountability and a commitment to seeing projects through to completion. Also, a good leader, like I said, it's supposed to have a worthy sense of accountability, and it's supposed to be there to hold the team through seeing them to the completion of projects. And they assume responsibility for the team. That is, if the team is not productive, the a good leader is supposed to be accountable for that. If a team is not productive, a good leader is supposed to take the fall for it. I'm not saying you should take the fall anytime a team is not productive, but I'm saying if a leader is doing well, the chances of the team failing is slim. Now let's move forward to expectation management. Now the ability to communicate expectations clearly is essential for happy teamwork. And to avoid misunderstanding that might stymie development, leaders must clearly explain objective roles and duties. That is, because when team members understand what is expected of them, they may direct their efforts more effectively. Now, let's understand how we can actually balance ownership and delegation. Leaders must grab the heart of delegation as well as ownership. That is, giving team member responsibilities empowers them and encourage skill growth. Now, you have to make sure the team members they are responsible for certain decisions and certain things because the more the more they are being held accountable for these things, the more it enhances their growth. And an effective leader establish a balance between taking the initiative and enabling to contribute. A good leader is not a dictator. A good leader doesn't compel people to do his bidding. Instead, a good leader is transparent and tries as much as possible to communicate the goal and communicate responsibilities properly to the team members in order to achieve certain goals. Now, also for leadership to be done properly, a good leader needs to understand the part of effective communication because communication is the heart of leadership because if you can't communicate well as a leader, a lot of things are bound to go wrong. That is, you should know when issues has to be escalated. A strong leader is the team's first line of defense against obstacles. It takes the bullet. It's the defense for the team. And open communication channels enable leaders to detect and handle issues as they arise. Now, a leader it's not someone that does things all by himself, that tries to solve the problem all by himself. No. Collaborative efforts would help a leader to be able to um, achieve goals faster than leaning on itself. Now, like they say, no man is an island of knowledge. Definitely, most times leadership thrives in ability to be able to let people grow, your ability to be able to let people accept responsibility, assume responsibility. Now, leadership is, like I said earlier, leadership is not dictatorship. It doesn't compel people to do its bidding. Collaboration is one key area of leadership. A good leader is meant to be a good collaborator. Okay, leaders allow collaborative problem solving and they prevent minor issues from snowballing by escalating difficulties. That is, it is not everything you solve all by yourself. Instead, team effort is a core aspect of leadership. Team effort is a core aspect of leadership. A good leader is meant to learn how to escalate concern and issues. And also a good leader is oh sorry. All right. Now, outstanding leaders not only raise concern, but also propose potential solutions. Now, this proactive approach not only exhibits critical thinking, but it also set the tone for a culture that prioritizes problem solving over problem dwelling. Now, a good leader doesn't ponder on the problem. A good leader doesn't ponder on complaining about the problem. Instead, a good leader is a solution-oriented person. That is one of the values of a good leader is solution-oriented. That is, he sees the solution more than he sees the problem. The only concern with the problem is understanding the problem, knowing the problem, and focusing on the solution. Because when leadership focus more on problem and complain about problem, definitely progress will stall and it will rub off a negative energy on the team. And over time, this demotivates team from working effectively. Now, another thing a leader is meant to understand, connecting with the vision, helping team members connect with the vision. Now, as a leader, you must first understand the team's vision. You must first understand the overall vision of the organization, and you can now break this down into smaller goals for team members. Leaders are meant to instill a purpose, a sense of purpose, and drive in team members by maintaining congruence between individual and organization visions. That is, leaders are there in organizations majorly because they should understand the team's the overall company's vision and be able to translate this into goals so for the team members to understand not the bulk vision but the individual goals that leads to achieving growth. If a leader does not understand the overall vision of a company or of a product or of a project, it will be very difficult for the leader to communicate this with the team. Most times, even in communicating this with the team, a leader still has to go an extra mile of still breaking it further to ensure that the team understand it clearly. These are all responsibility of the leader. Because if the team does not understand the vision, if the team is not working in alignment with the product vision or the company's vision, definitely it will seem the team is progressing in the wrong way. And that is retardation for the company or for the product. In general, that can't be rated as productivity. I would always say it's one thing to be busy, it's another thing to be productive. Understanding the general vision and understanding the micro goals will yield productivity if done properly. And this is the role of a good leader. Also, a leader must be the forefronter, always at the forefront, leading by example, not leading by delegation, leading by example. Effective leaders walk the talk. Now, those who model the principles and behaviors expected of their team generate admiration and imitation. Their actions serve as a source of inspiration and encouragement for others to follow suit. A leader in a micro team or a team is a source of inspiration. Everything about the leader rubs off on the team, and it can only either a positive energy or a negative energy. It's either the leader, it's a good model or a bad model, of whichever one it is, there are consequences, positive or negative. A leader that leads only by delegation is a poor leader. A leader is meant to take on task. A leader is meant to show is walking the talk. Effective leaders not only talk, effective leaders not only give direction, effective leaders take responsibilities. Effective leaders, they put their talk to action. They are actionable. And all of these, the team sees how efficient the leader is. The team sees how um, the leader is deeply rooted in achieving the goal or achieving the vision, and they draw inspiration from this because this is one of the characteristics of good leadership. A leader that cannot inspire its team, a leader that is not admired by his team, would rather seem off as a poor leader. As a good leader should, by all means, place himself on a pedestal, an actionable pedestal, where people, where the team would learn something from them positively and strive to model after them in one way or the other. It's a core area of leadership. Another thing, learning, continual learning, continuous learning, it's very effective for leadership. A leader that does not learn would wax cold. A leader that is not teachable, a leader that does not accept new ideas, contribution, and that does not take responsibilities is already avoiding growth. A leader must learn from others, from the team. A leader does not know it all. Like I said earlier, no man is an island of knowledge. Great leaders are known for their dedication to lifelong learning, and leaders can extend their viewpoints and adapt to changing circumstances by engaging with mentors, networking, and obtaining inspiration from a variety of sources. It is always good for leaders to learn from their team members. There's always one or two things that you can actually learn. It could be the approach of the team members towards solving certain problem. It could be that a leader has been solving a problem over time and it doesn't seem more efficient than what a team member is doing. A teachable leader would definitely want to learn the team member approach. Being a leader does not mean you know it all. Being a leader does not mean you have it all. Being a leader does not mean you are an encyclopedia of knowledge. A good leader learns from others. A good leader is teachable because this is the only way the leader can grow. Because learning is part of the leadership experience. Also, while learning, a good leader must be open to change, must learn to adapt to change, adapt to new concepts, and be willing to learn from its mistake. Because adopting a growth mindset not only promotes personal development, but also develops a culture of experimentation and creativity. Now, a good leader must always be open to change. Leadership is not rigid. Leadership is flexible. It's flexible. You are open to change. You are open to new ideas. You examine them. You see how it affects the overall vision. You see if it's going to enhance growth. Like I said earlier, a good leader is teachable. A good leader is teachable and he learns and he adapts to team, adapt and open to change. Now, one thing a leader must learn properly is planning and working with engagement strategy. That is, a good leader must have a good sense of planning, a good sense of planning. Collaboration boosts creativity and productivity, and leaders who build a collaborative environment enables team members to share ideas, pull strengths, and conquer difficulties jointly. Now, a leader is not meant to plan all by himself. Planning works well when there is team effort because a leader does not know it all. You explore from the ideas and the suggestion of team members. All of this would help to shaping um, a productive plan, an efficient plan. Because why you connect with others, why you open, why you draw from others, it enhances your creativity and your overall productivity. A leader must learn to be collaborative, highly collaborative, highly collaborative. And for its effective planning, leaders must learn to intelligently allocate resources, set realistic goals, and even design a course that minimizes risk. Because clear plans serves as roadmap, keeping the team on track towards its goal. Now, a leader must keep track of everything from setting the goals and to achieving the goals. Because this is the roadmap. This serves as a roadmap. It serves as a roadmap, and all of this will help in avoiding mistakes, and it will help the overall efficiency of the team, and also reduce the risk. Leaders must learn to set realistic goals. These goals must align with the team's competency, and these goals they must align properly after a collaborative discussion to set them. They must be smart goals and achievable goals. Effective leaders prioritize keeping their teams engaged and recognizing accomplishment, providing constructive comments, and providing opportunities for skill development and advancement. Advancement keeps employees motivated and satisfied. Now, a good leader understands good work engagement process. That is, you're constantly supposed to have a connection with the team. A good leader is meant to recognize accomplishments and also provide constructive criticism and support for team members because all of this will help the team grow. A good leader must be able to point out areas team members can improve on. Like I said from from the first slide, a good leader is a guide, is a team's guide. Also, okay, now mastering the key principles in is critical in the ever-changing context of leadership. Effective leaders cultivate a culture of ownership, clear communication, vision alignment, and continual progress. You can boost your leadership journey and bring your team to extraordinary success by embracing these ideas. Also, it is important to understand that the role of a product manager is responsible for the strategy development and launch of a product. They act as the bridge between various teams, including engineering, marketing, and sales. They are a very important leader in the life cycle of a product. A quick summary of everything. Leadership in product management starts with setting a clear vision and strategy for the product, because a great product manager should have a deep understanding of customer needs, market trends, and competitive landscape. Also, communication is a key aspect of leadership. Like I mentioned before, communication, understanding the team, collaboration, adaptability, and innovation. It's very important. A leader must learn to adapt. A leader must learn to communicate. A leader must learn to be transparent, because the leader sets himself on the pedestal of being a model for the team. A leader is seen as a source of inspiration for the team. And most importantly, a leader walk the talk. That is, they don't lead from delegation. They don't lead from the back. They lead from the front. They lead by example. Leadership in product management is not just about the process, but also about delivering results. A great product manager should define clear metrics and key performance indicators, that is KPIs, to measure the success of their product. And this allows them to track progress, identify areas for improvement, and make data-driven decisions. Like I said earlier, leadership plays a vital role in the success of product management. And by setting a clear vision, effectively communicating, building strong team, embracing innovation and adaptability, and also measuring success, project managers can lead their team to create and deliver exceptional products. Because effective leadership not only drives the success of individual product, but also contributes to the overall growth and success of the organization. The take home here is, as a good leader, put yourself on the forefront and lead as you want to be led. Lead as you want to be led. Be teachable, be open to learning, be open to collaboration. Leadership does not mean you are an encyclopedia of knowledge. Leadership means you help others grow. A leader should be more ready to help team members grow and should point areas of growth for team members. Thank you. Now you can
All right. Good evening, Fega. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I don't know if can you hear me?
All right. Yeah, I can hear you, but it's a bit breaky. But I think I can hear you at some point.
Okay.
All right. Okay, so I think we have a couple of persons joining us from Twitch, YouTube, and LinkedIn. So please, if you have any question, you can start dropping it on the chat. So Mr. Fega can take your questions. So please start dropping your questions on the comments, please. So Mr. Fega can start taking them.
And also you can share your
Because I believe we
experience
all have.
with your leadership. You can share your sorry, Ella. You can share your leadership experience. You can share times where um, leadership has been tough for you in a team. So you can drop your questions so that we can attend to them. Thank you.
Okay, so for everyone on this call, you can share your experiences as your instructor just said. And also, if you are not clear with maybe a part of the class, you can also drop your questions also. Okay, Fega, can you hear me? So I think they don't have questions. So maybe you can throw in a question for them, or maybe you can ask them their personal
Okay.
experience. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay. All right. Now there are times where leadership becomes very tough. Leadership is not a rosy journey. There are times where you would have difficult people in your team. And I mean difficult people. There are times where you have people that don't follow rules and don't follow standard. As a leader, how would you handle times like this? How would you handle difficult team members? Okay, you can just drop it in the chat. Okay, so clearly communication is very important. Is very important, and dialoguing is very important. Sometimes when it seems that there is a difficult team member, a difficult team member, there are different approach. Okay, okay. I think Ibn Abul Kailu said, where I work currently, it's rotational and we change locations. Said, I have led a team of 3 to 5 people over the past year. And there were times I had team members that weren't productive enough. Okay, so Ibn Abul Kailu, how did you handle that? How did you handle that? Since they weren't productive enough, did it affect the overall productivity? Okay. Ibn Abbas said, what I did was to create a sense of ownership by putting them in lead situations. Exactly. So I think that would thereby give them a sense of responsibility and make them accountable. That's a very good approach. It's a very good approach. Thank you very much, Ibn Abbas. Okay, Gracious said, I think we can handle difficult team members by speaking with them individually. In bracket, dialogue. Yes, that's very correct. That's very correct. But then you should also be on the lookout. I think the best thing is to first of all isolate the team member that is difficult, because most times you would see that a group of people, okay, sorry, Anita said, I would try to understand their point of view, especially if we are on different sides of an idea. That's if they have a point of view, not being adamant. So, what Gracious said, you learn to dialogue with them, isolate, and you dialogue. You understand why they are doing what they are doing. I think most times, in fact, you would always see that, okay, it's just um, a minor misunderstanding, or because maybe there is no effective communication. So they probably don't understand the goal or the vision. Most times, dialoguing coming down to their level, and you dialogue, and like what Ibn Abbas said, if it warrants you placing minor responsibilities, allow them and see how they handle it. At the end of the day, nobody wants anything to fail in its hand. And at the end of the day, this person that proves to be difficult from the onset will start becoming accountable. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's how it works. So thank you very much, Ibn Abel, Gracious, and Anita. Thank you for your comments and your contribution. So, like I said, leadership it's a journey. It's a journey, and you keep learning. You make mistakes, you learn from them, and you keep learning. Okay, Gracious said, "How does leadership help in office politics?" Office politics. Office politics. First of all, when it's politics, in as much as a leader should be transparent and neutral, a leader should learn to stand for what is right, to stand for what is right and be on the right side. It is not proper for a leader to be found wanting, because it could cause a whole lot of stuff. It could discourage a whole lot of people. As a leader, like I said earlier, you are a model for some other people that you don't even know in your office. So, transparency, keeping up good values, and being on the right side. When I mean on the right side, I'm not saying taking side with somebody or the other. No, standing for what is right, as well as sticking to the standard, the set standard. All of this will help. Although I would like you to throw more light on what you mean by office politics, Gracious, if you don't mind, or if you have an experience or a situation, you can share with us so that we can get a deeper understanding of what you mean. Thank you. Okay, say what if the team members understanding are off to what is right? How do you convince them to do what is right as a leader? Now, Okay, this is from Oluwatosin Adeni. Okay, so Tosin, first of all, you first of all listen to them, listen to the team members, and understand what they is it that they have a different understanding of what to do. If they have a different understanding, then it means you did not do justice to breaking down the overall vision or the overall goal to simpler goals for them, because that's a role of a leader. You're meant to break this ambiguous or this wholesome vision or goal to simpler ones that your team members can easily understand. You break it down. Then, if they're still not getting it, or they have a different perspective of it, you listen to them and show them how it doesn't align with the overall vision or the overall goal. Show them the points, the differences in it, and all of that constructively. And trust me, while you're doing that, they would see clearly, and they would even tell you, "Oh, I think I didn't get it properly initially. I think I didn't really understand it from the initial explanation." So that's part of it. That's part of it. Like was it Gracious? I said so. Dialogue is very important. You should always learn to communicate openly and constructively with team members, because it's only in communication. Sometimes they might be a little bit off in trying to um, just shun what is being demanded or what is needed. But then, as a leader, the first step is always to dialogue with them, is to communicate very well. Do your part of communicating very well with them. Let it sink very well. Let it sink very well. That's why I said leadership is not a simple journey, because leadership is not about you. Leadership is about the team, the product, the company, and even sometimes the end users. That's what leadership is about. It's not just about you. So it's not there are no you don't look at sentiment in leadership. Instead, you are more goal oriented, and you are more focused on team building as well too. So that's it for that. If you have other questions or contribution, you can throw them in. Let's just um, see your experiences and all of that. Okay, so Gracious, I was expecting you to still talk about the office politics. Just share with us with the office politics. Let's hear from your view. Like, what is it like? Okay, so as a leader, how do you resolve conflict among team members? This is very important. This is very, very important because it happens a lot in teams. It happens a lot. Most especially when the team members, they are not ready to let go of grievances. And first of all, what happened, understand the nature of the grievances, where it came from, the root of it. Then try as much as possible to communicate with them privately, and try to understand their take. Now, make sure while communicating with them, don't make the other person look bad. Don't make the other, even if the other person is wrong, don't make the other person look bad. Try to always find a compromise, because you're there to heal, not to destroy. And when you soften, what you're trying to do is soften your heart and solve the grievances. When it's done, you see where the error is coming from. I'm sure when you see where the error is coming from, leadership is meant to be wise. Let me use the word wise, because a leader listens more. And when you listen, you would be able to understand clearly. And when you understand clearly, you would use the right words, the right choice of words to solve this problem. So no matter how hard it is, you always try to communicate with these people. And if it feels like maybe it's a bit difficult and it is something that should go to the team in general, that the team should look into, you invite them to the gathering of the team and you make it open, constructively, not by taking side against another person. Constructively. Okay, you escalate it to the team and definitely it will be solved. There are times in the past where we've been in um, different teams where one, mostly in the circle of developers, where one would be having grievances for another against another person. So most times we try to look at what caused it, what really happened, what caused it, and all of that. And I've seen a situation where somebody it's doesn't just like this other person, not because this person did anything, doesn't just like this other person that came up on board and all of that. Most of these times you try to soften your heart. It's not a personality disorder. It just happens. You try to get them, soften them, and bring them closer to this person in that kind of situation. Like I said, a leader is there to hold the hands of the team, not to destroy the team. A leader is there to heal, not to destroy. So that's it. So if you have any other one, just drop your questions and contribution. Let's look at them.
All right. Fega, if you can hear me. Okay, so okay, there's another question that just came in. So let me display that on the screen.
Okay. Okay, Gracious said by office politics, I mean silence rivalry, usual delay, time difference when team members put other projects before yours, excuses, etc. Okay, okay, all right. Um, these are quite easy to handle. Are quite easy to handle. The silence rivalry. Now, okay, James said the problem is always from developers. Yes, I understand very well. Okay, the thing now is always understand one thing, that being a leader doesn't mean you are pushable by your team. No, that's not what being a leader means. A leader is not an indecisive person. A leader is a confident person that takes decision properly, but doesn't take decision alone, take decision with the team in mind. That's a leader. That's a leader. So there are times where a leader has to take decision without sentiments. So if a team member is erring and every other effort to correct their approach or correct um, what they are doing proves abortive, if discipline is the last line, a leader should take it. Sentiment doesn't make the team better. Discipline makes the team better. A leader should, because when a leader shows sentiment, it shows the leader is it could show that the leader is indecisive. It could also show that the leader is pushable. And at the end of the day, it shows that the leader is not confident enough to take decisions. So, like I said, a leader is not a dictator, that's one, but also a leader is confident and firm in taking decision as long as it's in line with discipline and it's going to help the team overall. There are certain times where you would spot a bad egg in a team that is not ready to change. it clearly shows that, yeah, this person is not a bad egg in life, yeah, but it clearly shows that this team is not for this person. There are some people that are not really team oriented, and there are some people that can't work with a team. So if you find somebody that proves so difficult working with a team, and all efforts to put this person in the right place proves abortive, if the last line of discipline is to let go of the person, please do, for your mental health and for the mental health of the team. Always know that that one person that doesn't say anything might have been tired because of the excesses of this other person. And because as a leader, you are not taking any step towards cutting their excesses, this other person will start seeing you as being sentimental. And all of this could result to a whole lot of issues in the future. Like I said, the leader should be on a pedestal of being a model, not a pedestal of someone that is inexperienced and indecisive. That's not even a pedestal. That's a low low. So I think that is all for now. All right, over to you, Ella. That is all from me. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Fega. I think I learned a lot as regards leadership across various sectors and working with teams and teammates. So yeah, thank you so much for today's class. I believe that is
Okay.
all as regards the questions and also the contributions. And yeah, we are very, very clear as regards what you taught today. Okay, so for everyone on this call, Fega is on our Discord channel. So if you have questions, you can state your questions on the product management track and he's going to respond to it. So he's live with us on our Discord community. So please do well to reach out to him. And also, if you've not connected with Fega, I'm going to drop his LinkedIn handle on Discord also. And I believe most of us are already following him on LinkedIn. But for those who have not followed him yet on LinkedIn, I'm going to drop that. All right. So yeah, thank you so much once again, Fega, for today's class. Thank you so much. All right. So good night, everyone, and thank you all for
All right.
joining
Good night.
today's class. So yeah, bye.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Bye.